Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. For today's video I'm going to be doing a little bit of a first impressions and review of a few new makeup bits. So I picked up a few bits while I was on holiday. So the first thing I got was the Too Faced Born This Way the Natural Nudes eyeshadow palette. So I'm going to be testing that today. Also, I got a couple of bits from Rare Beauty because I have never used their brand before, so I really wanted to pick these up and see what I thought. So I picked up a liquid illuminator and one of their liquid blushes, so I'll be including those in the review. And then last but not least, I wanted to try out one of the Tarte blushes because any of you that watch any of my videos regularly will know I've been using the same Estee Lauder blusher for like weeks now, and I really needed to try a new one. So I picked up the liquid one and I picked up a powder one, and yeah, if you carry on watching the video you'll find out what I think. So basically, if you want to see how I got this makeup look, or if you want to know a little bit of a review of these products, then just keep on watching. So we are starting off this makeup look using the Body Shop Skin Defense SPF 50+. I have been using this every day. I'm really paranoid about using SPF, so I always make sure it's a 50+ one, which I use on my skin daily. I'm then going in with the Vitamin Enriched Face Base by Bobbi Brown. This is my favourite moisturiser at the minute. I absolutely love it. It just feels so nice under the makeup and it's really creamy and nourishing, and I also will sometimes use it before I go to bed as well because I just love it that much. For my brows, so I've already filled my brows in using the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brows, and then I'm taking my Collection Lasting Perfection concealer just to carve them out and prep the lid ready for eyeshadow. So the eyeshadows that I'm using today are the Too Faced Born This Way the Natural Nudes eyeshadow palette. So it says on the front, the complexion inspired by eyeshadow palette. Complexion? Yeah. Complexion inspired eyeshadow palette. So as you can see here, it's got a gorgeous mixture of mattes and these really metallic-y shimmers. They're just absolutely gorgeous. They're the perfect collection of nudes and everyday shades, which is why I love it so much, because these are very much the colours which I will wear every day. So the first colour I'm taking is the shade Cocoa, and I'm just popping it into my crease and blending it a little bit out of my socket, but I'm not doing anything too crazy because at this point I don't know how pigmented the eyeshadows are going to be because it's my first time trying them, and they ended up being really pigmented, which I was really surprised about because I actually chose to try the darker colours in the palette first rather than going in with the lighter ones, just because I thought they weren't going to be as intense as they were. So yeah, I was really pleasantly surprised. So the shade Cocoa is a really unique shade actually because it's quite a rich chocolatey brown, but it's got a slight mauvey undertone to it, which I really like, which is kind of a theme throughout this palette. And I thought that was quite unique in comparison to other palettes which have just got like a basic chocolate brown. I liked that it had that slightly more feminine mauvey undertone to it. I thought it was really pretty and different and also perfect for bridal. So if any of you are doing your own bridal makeup, this would be a really nice eyeshadow palette to use for your big day. The next eyeshadow which I took was the shade Truffle, which is again a really rich dark matte brown, and you can see that as I put it on the outer part of my eye and blend it up, it was so intense. Like with this shade, that was the thing which really blew me away with these eyeshadows, is that it was just so, the colours were so pigmented that you really need to be have quite a light hand with them. So that's just one thing I would keep in mind. I mean, it's amazing and it'll mean the product will last you a really long time and you'll get a great colour payoff, but just go in a little bit at a time rather than like sort of chucking a load of eyeshadow on and hoping for the best. So I just popped this on the outer part of my eye and blended it into the Cocoa shade, and I thought it blended seamlessly. It had great colour payoff. The colours were so pretty, and it was just, yeah, I had nothing bad to say about this, to be quite frank. And then the shade that I'm taking for my lid, I wanted to use something a little bit different than what I would wear every day. So I took the shade Sparkling Rum. Now this is like an almost berry colour, but it's got a gold reflex in it. Now the amazing thing about this eyeshadow texture is that it's super foily and really metallic. So you can see that as I'm using my finger to press it onto my lid, it's just coming off so intense and shiny. And that is what I love for eyeshadows, particularly if you're going out somewhere on a night out. I love that really intense shine, and I just think that these eyeshadows were just absolutely hitting the spot. Honestly, I just feel like I had nothing bad to say because everything worked exactly how I like it personally. And this colour was just so pretty. It was a slightly red berry undertone with that gold reflex, super girly, feminine, and it created a really nice smoky eye without it being too smoky, because sometimes I think you can go a little bit too intense with a smoky eye. And then I took a little bit of the Shimmering Pearl eyeshadow and I just popped it onto the inner corners, and I actually used a tiny little detailing brush to do this because I wanted to see how effective it was on a brush rather than using my finger. And if I dampened the brush with a bit of Fix Plus and then popped it in the eyeshadow and put it on, it worked just as well. So if you're not into using your fingers, it'll still work with a brush. I'm then taking the Inglot No. 77 gel liner, which is just a black gel liner, and lining my waterline. And then I'm taking those same two eyeshadows, the matte eyeshadows which I used at the beginning, Cocoa and Truffle, mixed together, and I am blending them into the black gel liner, and I'm basically just building it up gradually until I'm happy with how it looks. Because I do my eyes first, I really don't worry about this section of the makeup being absolutely perfect because we can clean it up with foundation and concealer. And then I'm taking my MAC mascara, I can't remember which one this is, I'll leave it linked down below, just to coat my lashes, just so you can't see my lashes once I've got falsies on. I'm then taking the JLG Cosmetics lashes in the style Lush, which are my new favourite at the minute. I just love how these look. They look really doe-eyed, really bright, and just, yeah, wispy, gorgeous, perfect for this type of makeup look. I'm then taking the highlighter, which is the Rare Beauty highlighter in the shade Flaunt. It's a liquid luminizer, and I tried it under my makeup first because I wanted to see how it came off under foundation versus on the top of foundation. And I did like it under my foundation, but I found that it wasn't that intense directly on my skin. So then I popped my foundation on. I'm using the Loreal Truematch here, which is obviously my go-to, which I use all the time. I'm mixing two shades together. I'm mixing shade 2 and then shade 6.5, and just to get the right colour for my tan, because I fake tan all the time. And then I'm taking the illuminator over the top of my foundation, and this is where I found that it really stood out. So I think this is the best way to use the product. So I used my sponge to blend it into the high points of my cheeks, but you could put it down your cupid's bow, on your nose. You could even put it on your brow as a highlighter as well. And I just found that this was just the most intense way to get the highlight to work, if that makes sense. It just blended into the foundation really nicely. It looked gorgeous. I loved that this colour was a good mixture of like a rose gold and a gold. It wasn't too far either way. I'm then taking my Collection Lasting Perfection concealer under my eyes and creating the smoky effect. This is what I was saying, like, it doesn't bother me that I don't do my eyes perfectly when I'm doing a smoky eye, because I'll use my concealer to clean up and get the shape of the smoky eye that I want. I'm then taking my Charlotte Tilbury powder, the Flawless Finish powder in shade number 1, and setting everything. So you can see that even though I'm setting over the top of that illuminator, it's still, you can still see it on the skin, because I will always set my powder, I will always set my foundations with powder. I just can't not. But yeah, this did a really good job of still shining through all that powder, and you'll see when I add a powder highlight that it just made it so much more intense, which I love. I'm then taking a little bit of bronzer. This is the Give Me Sun bronzer by MAC, because I just can't stop using it, and I'm trying to do it a little bit lightly because I know I'm going to have quite an intense blush, because I've got a couple to try. So this blusher is the Rare Beauty blusher in the shade Happy, and it is the most beautiful cool toned fresh pink. Oh my god, it's stunning. So I just basically I wanted to have the same shade as Kim Kardashian, which is why I went for this colour, but it's very much the type of colour I would wear anyway. So I dabbed a bit on the apples of my cheeks, and then I took my sponge and I blended it out, and to be honest, I was terrified it wasn't going to blend into the powder, but it honestly did not have an issue with the powder whatsoever. It's such an amazing formula where you can use it on your skin bare and also use it on powder. Like, I was just absolutely blown away at how easy this liquid was to blend on top of all the other makeup which I had on there, because I was honestly thinking it was going to turn into a disaster, and it just blended so seamlessly. It made my skin look so smooth. The colour was stunning, and then I went on the top of that with the Blushing Bride Amazonian Clay blusher by Tarte, because I really wanted to give it a go. I didn't actually need any more blusher at this point, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to set it anyway because it is a liquid. And I do feel like I didn't give the Tarte blusher a fair chance because you couldn't see it on its own, but it's very, very similar to the shade Happy from the Rare Beauty blusher. And it was just a really nice topper on top of that liquid blush just to set everything in place. And it was beautiful, really pigmented. It's a matte finish, so it's not got any more shimmer in it if you don't want any more shimmer, because obviously that illuminator is quite intense. I mean, you can see, like, we've not even put a highlighter on yet, and you can see that it's so intense through all that other makeup that we've put on, which is just amazing. I'm so happy with the results. And then for my lips, I'm taking first my Nude lip liner by Charlotte Tilbury, and then I'm taking the Happy liquid blush just on top to blend it all together, because I wanted it all to be matching and I wanted to look fresh and cute. So I thought I'd give it a go on the lips because I saw a couple of other people do this. And then I'm just popping a little bit of mascara on my lower lashes as well, because no smoky eye look is complete without mascara on the lower lashes. Like, I just couldn't cope if I didn't put mascara on. And then this is the finished makeup look, and you can just see that it just looks so beautiful. I did actually dab a tiny bit of a powder highlighter on as well over the top, which is why it looks so intense, and it just stuck to that liquid highlighter, and it was just it was just amazing. And I absolutely loved how they all turned out, and I'm really, really happy with it. So I'm having a few YouTuber problems in the minute, because usually when I finish my makeup and I go down to do my hair, I will take the footage off the camera, have a quick look at it, and then come back up and film the intro and outro. Now I've gone to do that today, and for some reason my new mic decided it wasn't going to record my voice. So I do apologise that you've probably had a voiceover up to this point, but it should all be fixed now, so I'm hoping to be able to finish off the rest of the video as normal. So as you can probably see, I decided to keep my hair in a low straight pony, because although I did bring some bits out at the front and at the sides, because I just felt that it suited this look and the outfit and everything. So this is the finished makeup. I think the standout things for me, I'm going to run through and talk about every product just a little bit, because I didn't get a chance to because of the bloody microphone. So I'm just going to run through briefly a little bit about what I liked and what I disliked about each of the products. To be honest, I don't think there's many dislikes, to be fair. So I'll start with the eyeshadows. So for the eyeshadows, I really liked them. The thing that I love the most is the glitter eyeshadow, the shimmery eyeshadows, because they come off really foily, they're really bright, they're really reflective. That's exactly what I want from an eyeshadow. Like, personally for me, I love using matte on the outer part of my eye and in my crease, and then using a shimmer on the lid. So this palette is literally right up my street. I absolutely love it, and I love the variety of colours as well, because they're all natural, nudie, everyday colours, but they're all a little bit different. So some of them are more pinky, some of them are more brown, some of them are more gold. So for me, that's like absolutely perfect, because that is what I go to as my everyday type thing. The other thing which I really liked about the eyeshadows is I was pleasantly surprised at how pigmented they were, because I picked the darker shades because I thought the others were going to be too light for me. Not too light for me, but too light for what I wanted to create today. And they came out like as a really sexy, sultry, smoky eye, and I just absolutely love it. They blended really easily, the pigment was great, they were easy to use, just overall a great little palette. The liquid highlighter, I did really love that. The pigment was really good. I felt like it was the type of product which you would use over your foundation rather than under your foundation, because I did try it under my foundation to begin with, and I liked it, but it didn't blow me away. But it was when I put it over my foundation that it really melted into the foundation and looked really glowy. And then probably my favourite product that I've used today is the liquid blusher, because that just made my skin so smooth. And I know when I saw pictures of Makeup by Ariel using this on Kim Kardashian, I was looking at her makeup and thinking, how the frig is it so smooth? But now I can see that this product actually really smooths out your skin, which I really liked. It was also really easy to blend and really, really pigmented, because one of the things I was worried about using is, you'll see when I do my makeup that I always set my foundation with powder after I've done it, and I just can't get out of that habit, which is why I tend not to use cream blushes. But today I thought, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna put the cream blush over my powder and just see what happens. And literally no issues, blended out perfectly. I used a sponge. I could not be happier with it, to be completely honest. And the colour is just so rich and gorgeous, and I don't know, I feel like I can't have any bad words to say about this because it was just so nice. And then the last thing was the blusher by Tarte. So I feel like I've not given this a fair chance to try it, because all I did was set the liquid blush, use this to set the liquid blush, and the liquid blush was so pigmented. I could see that as I was dabbing this on top of it that I was getting like really pink, so I have a feeling that this is also really, really pigmented. But I feel like I've not given this a fair go, but from what I used of it today, I'm really happy with it. I think it's a really nice size as well, and it feels quite strong, and it also survived my luggage. So that is the end of today's video. So what I will do is I will leave links to all these products in the description box down below, so you can go over and have a look if you want to buy them. I don't know where in this country we can buy Rare Beauty. I'm sure you probably can buy it on Cool Beauty or something like that, but I will do my best to try and find links for them and leave them down below, and I'll leave the shades and everything which I've used down below as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed seeing me try some new products. I've really loved it today, and now I can't wait to use this blusher this week because I was really good. I did explain at the beginning of the video. So I have actually kept these products since I came back from holiday. So I've waited a week before I've used them, and now I'm just so excited to use them this week and just feel glamorous and at work. So yeah, as always guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!